Welcome to the 10th lecture of the Plutus Pioneer Program. In previous iterations of this course, in the 10th lecture, I did another walkthrough where I showed how to create a smart contract, test it, write on-chain and off-chain code, and then finally deploy it with the PAB. However, that was before the Alonso hard fork, so we couldn't try things on the real blockchain, and I just used the PAB simulator. Now, after Alonso, of course, it would be much nicer to show something on the real blockchain. But unfortunately, the PAB is still not in a state where this is easily doable. And apart from that, we have already done something similar in lecture 6, where I showed how to use the PAB to mint a token on the testnet. So seeing as some of you asked me to say something about staking in Plutus, I decided to do that instead. And that was not really possible before the Alonso hard fork. Even though in Plutus all the mechanisms were there already, there was no way to try it out. Because before Alonso, all we had was the playground and the emulator, and both don't have a concept of staking, so you can't try out anything staking related in the emulator or in the playground. This is now, of course, different because after Alonso, we have the testnet or the mainnet available. The second problem is that on the testnet and the mainnet, things take quite a lot of time. If you, for example, delegate to a stake pool, then it takes many days before you receive your first rewards. And even then, something changes only every 5 days because an epoch on the mainnet and on the testnet lasts 5 days. So in order to try something, one needs a lot of patience. And obviously, for obvious reasons, I didn't think that that was suitable for this lecture. Luckily, there is also the option to run a private testnet. And the advantage of doing that is that you can use different parameters from the mainnet. So in particular, you can make epochs much, much shorter so that it's much easier to try something staking related because you don't always have to wait for 5 days before anything happens. So in this lecture, I will do that. I will take a very simple example, how to use Plutus in relation to staking and demonstrate it using a private testnet with much shorter epochs.